Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Dig In with Dad. It is out of hibernation time now, right? We are the first holiday weekend up here in Canada, and what that means is officially barbecue season has kicked off. So what we're going to talk about today is chicken, right? Pretty plain, pretty simple, but we're going to try and jazz it up a little, if you will, and we're going to use whole chickens, okay? Now, a lot of people get intimidated, right? How do you handle a whole chicken? How do you cook a whole chicken? We're going to show you today, and we're going to show you two different ways. So let's get into it. Okay, so our first one here is called beercanchicken, right? A lot of people have heard of this, so let's show you how you do it. For starters, we are going to use a specialty tool, if you will, right? Little holder here. Now, the fun part is that you don't actually need this, right? You can do a beercanchicken without it, but let's start here. We've got our whole chicken, right? Nothing crazy. His legs are trussed together, and we're just going to use kitchen shears and free the beast. Unwind here. There we go. Now you don't need to use an actual beer can. As you can see, right, we're just using a can of pop, and it doesn't need to be full. In fact, this is empty, and I've just filled it with water, about halfway, right? The whole concept behind this beer can chicken is that steam while you're cooking, right, heats up the water, and you get some evaporation, and it keeps the inside of the bird moist while it cooks. So now all we're going to do is, once we put our can inside here, or again, if we don't have the holder, just set your can on the counter. But you're going to want to open up the chicken on the bottom end, right? And essentially, you're going to open up his cavity as much as you can and just pull him down onto your can. And I'll switch around backwards here to show you. And I try and put the kind of his back on first, and then just push the front over just like that. You heard it click over. And that's it, right? He's on there good and steady. Now, if you don't have the beer can holder, you may have to kind of prop his legs out like this, right? So that he can kind of hold himself steady. However, if you do have it, crisscross applesauce. It can sit nice and pretty. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to season this guy up here now. Seasoning time. We're going to do one of our chickens, because I remember I said we're going to do this two ways. One of our chickens is going to be just Montreal chicken spice, right? Doesn't have to be anything fancy. We like the flavor of this. So I like to try and keep at least one hand clean, right? So I don't get my chicken germs all over everything. And it happens, well, actually every time, that when I season the outside of a beer can chicken, I make a horrendous mess. It goes everywhere, all over the floor, despite my best efforts. So I'm actually gonna switch to, big mouth opening here. And we'll just pour a little seasoning in, and then I'm just gonna kind of drag it up the chicken here. And again, it's going to fall everywhere. It's going to make a mess. That's okay. We'll clean it up later. So you're just going to want to cover the whole chicken with your seasoning. And again, don't be shy, right? A lot of people are too minimal with their seasonings, right? We want to get this in everywhere. And if you can, at the top here, and really everywhere, if you can pull that skin out a little bit and you can kind of see down inside, shove some seasoning in there, right? No harm. So we'll be back after we finish this chicken. Okay, time for chicken number two. We've got our second whole chicken out here. Here's our first guy, our beer can guy just hanging out now. What we're gonna do for our second one is called spatchcocking the chicken, okay? And for that, I'm gonna use just some kitchen shears, just because it's easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip him on his, I guess his front. Okay, and we're going to find the spine, right in the middle. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our kitchen shears and cut up both sides of that spine. And now it shouldn't be too difficult. Probably your first cut will be a little bit tough just to get going while you get the feel of it, but you can see it kind of just goes pretty much right through, right? It's not overly difficult. And then we do the other side. Okay, and then you just pull out that bone. We can just discard it. Okay, now that we have the spine cut out, we're gonna flip it back over. Okay, and we're gonna kind of spread them out here, right? So actually, if I do it the way to face you, right? Spread them out as much as possible. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our palm right in the middle in between our two chicken breasts here, right? Right in his chest. And push. Okay. Sometimes you'll hear a good pop as the kind of rib cage or breastbone pops and flattens out. But the idea is that we just want to get the chicken really flat, right? We're going to aim for as much surface area on the barbecue grill or in the oven as possible. That's it. We're done. It's prepped. So what we're going to do with this guy is we're going to season him now, but we'll just do something kind of ad hoc here, a little bit of a different flavor than the Montreal chicken spice. So let's go ahead and throw our spice mix together and get our seasoning on this chicken. Okay, we have both of our chickens prepared, right? Beer can chicken on one, spatchcock chicken on the other. All we're gonna do is we're just gonna throw these on the barbecue. But remember, we can do these in the oven as well. Just because barbecue season has officially started for us, maybe it's wintertime. You can throw these in the oven, just put them on a cookie sheet. Easy, done. Same temperature, we're shooting for anywhere between 350 to 400, and these are gonna go on for 45 minutes to an hour. So let's throw these on the barbecue and we'll check back in a little while. Should I talk? Oh. Let's try again. Okay, just about 400 degrees. Let's get everybody on. Okay, just under an hour later, and we're back. We have our beer can guy all done, and we have our spatchcock chicken all done. And all we're gonna do with this one is you just lift it off and chop her up and dig in. This one, because it's already laid flat, we're going to cut this one up for serving while we've got you here. So let's get into it. So again, remember, he's nice and flat, and you can almost see, actually just pulls apart, but you'll notice there is a joint in there you'll be able to find with your knife, and it just runs right through. So let's see if we get lucky on the second one too. If it just pulls apart. It does. Well, we've done a good job so far. Next up, you have your two chicken breasts on either side here. We're just gonna cut right down the middle, right? If you wanted, you could try and find the breastbone, and you can run your knife along the side of it to run down, and then you get a boneless chicken breast, right? However, keeping the bone on is fine. Just one single cut down the middle, and that's what we get there. So we've now quartered our chicken. We have a drumstick and a thigh, a drumstick and a thigh, and two chicken breasts with the wings attached. You can take the wings off if you don't like. That's it. Quick and easy, right? Throw one of these onto a plate here. Let's do this. Right? And we've got whatever side you have. Caesar salad. We've also got potato salad going. And the best thing is that you can use this chicken and the extra one, let's say, for leftovers. Maybe you're going to put it on sandwiches. You're going to put it on top of a salad. You can use it for literally anything, and you're set for days, right? Quick and easy, and this is fantastic, right? This is juicy. It's going to be wonderful. So thanks for watching, and enjoy.
Oh my God!